profiteers from the land. And according to the Pietermaritzburg Economic Group, they are telling us every day that for you to survive every month, you need at least 5,000 rands, 532. Which means all of us here are food insecure. Once we're talking about that, 5,000 rands a month, 1,000 rands a month. This is a daylight robbery. 6 major food retailers dominate the market and dictate the brutal Israeli regime led by a gentleman called Benjamin Netanyahu is using food as a weapon against the people of Gaza. And I'm sure when you watch your television screens today, you will see how they are denying the right of every citizen of Gaza to eat, the right to eat, as they're destroying their fields, their buildings, their hospitals, their schools, and their government buildings every day. But under the today's neoliberalism in South Africa, food has become a tool. Price controls were abolished. Market boards were dismantled. Cooperatives were destroyed. Public agricultural support realized to privatize and to let the market decide. This is global food apartheid, and we must reject it. As the working class, we will join you to demand justice, and we cannot wait for the government or markets to fix this. We must organize ourselves, and today we are excited that you are starting that journey to organize yourselves. So in conclusion, we call for a radical land redistribution program with full post-settlement, tractors, inputs, training, credit, and water. We're calling for price regulation and anti-profiteering laws so that no corporation can enrich itself from hunger of the people. We call for the full transparency of the CEO salaries. We call for more zero rating of essential services. We call for the revival of the market boards and subsidies to small farmers. We call for the buy local campaign to be intensified so that all of us, whenever we go to do shopping, we check the certificate of origin of what we buy and buy only goods that are produced inside South Africa to protect the jobs of South African workers. And we call for the formation of a mass consumer watchdogs led by the trade unions and the working class, led by the informal worker organizations, the unemployed movements, the townships and rural communities to expose abuse and to mobilize for food justice. And we are reminded, lastly, of what is in the Freedom Charter, that there shall be food and shelter for all. So let us rise in unison to say in our lifetime we will continue to hold each other's hands.
Viva United against Sanga, viva! Viva! Pagama United against Sanga, pagama!
Pagama!
Sari tola royally mwake pakati. Yeah, so bana kitutun la yezane bari kikubiwe ayi on 20 ki yetamo ke lebetse ho jwetsa batho gore di-toilet di ka mo ka mo morago. Ke kopa le ntshwareleng ka gaetsho. Ama-toilet are these glass doors, the ladies and the gents are there. Re shapa ke? So re santsane re tholana gore why re leng kwa ke ba golo. Ke sa tla go lona ke batla lona le bue your own views and your own opinions, and I hope you understand why all this hullabaloo for hunger. Ra tlhaloganya ke re ba gaetsho. South Africa e na le mathata a mangata ke re. O ka lwana o lapile. On stage now, I'm going to invite Abuti Tempo from Real Reform to come on stage. He's going to be leading our panel discussion. So you'll also get an opportunity to ask questions to our panel, but also give your inputs, because that's the most exciting part. Shapele Matso, Asanzana, come on stage.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. In South Africa. The fact that people are still going to bed hungry in South Africa, that should not be the case. And this is the platform we are going to be using to ensure that we elevate all the voices of people fighting against hunger. So how I find myself here is because as Real Reform, we have been working to end hunger for young children specifically. So now, thank you.
Not Mandela. I was born and raised in Lens, so very familiar with the struggles of our communities here. I represent We the People South Africa as the head of education, and when it comes to the struggle against hunger, ours is to make sure that all South Africans know and understand and protect the Constitution. And the Constitution makes provision for making sure that every South African has food and that children have access to nutrition. And I think that's why we came today to share a message of support.
Hello. Thank you all for being here. It's overwhelming for me to see so many people and expressing one of the most important needs and demands that this country can have, and that is for everybody to get enough food. So my name is Alan Brody. I founded a company called SA Harvest, which is a food rescue organization, and in our first 5 years we delivered 83 million meals. Now, it dawned on me early in the working of SA Harvest that charity, while absolutely vital at the moment, because it certainly, by delivering nutritious food, can save lives, but charity doesn't end hunger. And my personal mission from the beginning was to be part of ending hunger. So I realized that systemic intervention at the root of the law, at the root of the Constitution, was what we had to work on. And so with my friends from the Union Against Hunger, we started this movement of ensuring that all of us understand our rights, that it's not our fault that we are hungry, that we are in poverty. This is not a normal thing, this is an abnormal thing. And I think it's very important for each one of us here today to understand that this is our right. This is in the Constitution, our right as human beings to get enough food, that our children get enough food, nutritious food. So that's why I'm here and so overwhelmed to have you all here, and thank you for being here again.
Thank you.
Sanbonani, Towela, afternoon. I forgot the Afrikaans version.
That believes that we can have stunting by 2030. What is stunting? Stunting is prolonged undernutrition that affects the brain and physical growth of a child. Our focus is looking at the first 1,000 days, which is from when a mom conceives until the child is about 2 years. As you heard from Dadevavi, he spoke about the stats and he said about 1.4 million children are stunted. And it is because of this that we believe that as Grow Great, partnering with Union Against Hunger, helps to advocate one of our voices in the pillars that we have, which is having to have voices that are joined to mobilize and engage with policymakers to make sure that our children are not stunted. And the reason for this is because you have seen our champions singing for us here. And these champions don't just become. And if they are there's undernutrition, that means that the learning of come alright. Because if the brain doesn't grow, it means that the conceptualization to make sense of things will never be. Today our children are suffering and are not able to read for understanding or meaning. Why? Because the brain was not fully developed. And this starts when the mom is pregnant. And through two programs that we are able to engage mothers that are pregnant and also to tell them about the benefits of having good nutrition. And good nutrition is not about having your chicken licking or whatever. We are talking about spinach. Our champions here were talking about spinach, they were talking about pap. How do we then have access to spinach, to pap, to potato and tomato? Thank you so much.
Thank you. And just to introduce myself again, my name is Tepo Manche. I am from Real Reform for Early Childhood Development. We are a national advocacy movement advocating for holistic, quality and inclusive ECD services for young children. And with regard to nutrition specifically, seeing an opportunity for the state to support nutrition by creating a nutrition program at ECD. 30 years later, why are we hungry when the law says we shouldn't?
Thank you, Tsepo. Let me disclose I'm not a lawyer. I just work to teach the Constitution. I'm an educator by